What would it mean to you if you could edit faster in DaVinci Resolve and also stay organized? If you've ever find yourself struggling to find the right clips, or you're wasting a lot of time switching between tabs or timelines, or you find yourself using the same bits of material over and over again, like B-roll or titles, or even adjustment layers. In this video, I'm going to show you a super cool way where you can edit faster, reuse things really easily by using multiple stacked timelines in DaVinci Resolve. And I'm going to start off by opening the media pool, and I'm going to open up this main timeline. So this timeline is the one you're going to use for your final edit. It's the final thing that you're going to normally export and render. To enable multiple stacked timelines, the first thing you need to do is click on this button and tick display stacked timelines. When you do this, you're going to get this tabbed interface. You can see at the minute we've got the main timeline. If you click on the drop down, you get to choose these other different timelines, which I'll get to in just a second. You can click plus to add a new timeline tab, click the drop down arrow, and then choose a different timeline. Now we've got two tabs with two different timelines in. So this is already pretty cool, but we can take this one step further by using stacked timelines. To create a stacked timeline view, come over to the right and click this little button. You won't see this if this is not ticked to this display stacked timelines option. So we're going to click this button, and now we get this second timeline section down here. I'm just going to close the media pool to make a bit of space. To open a timeline down here, select the drop down arrow and then choose a timeline. It's important to note that you can't have the same timeline open in multiple timeline tabs at the same time. So what that means, if we want the main timeline open down here, you can see it's grayed out, and that's because it's open up here. You can close the timeline tab by clicking the cross, and once I've done that, I can come down here and now I can choose the main timeline in this lower timeline section. So this is already a super cool feature, but how can we use it to really turbocharge our productivity in Resolve and also reuse things that we use over and over and over again? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to close the stacked timelines option. I'm going to open up the media pool, and I'm going to start off with this Talking Heads Selects timeline. I'm just going to open that up. All I've done here is I've imported all of these talking head shots. What I've done on this second track, I've right clicked and I've changed this track color to orange. That means whenever I find a clip that I like and I want to use potentially in my main timeline, I can just hold the left mouse button down, drag it up, and now it turns orange. Now I know that anything on this timeline in orange is a clip that I potentially want to use because I think it's a good quality clip. I've also got this B-roll selects timeline, and I've done the exact same thing here. Now if I find a bit of B-roll that I like, I can just drag this up and it turns orange. I can also cut out sections of these bigger clips and drag up just sections that I think are cool, leaving any sections that are maybe out of focus or are not really showing what I want to show. So those timelines you can think of as selects or picks timelines. You're really picking the best bits from an individual camera or an individual scene that you're probably going to want to use in the main edit. Once you've done that, you can re-enable stacked timelines, and in the bottom timeline you can have your main editing timeline. And then what you can do in this top timeline is you can open up your Talking Heads Selects timeline and really quickly find the clips that you want to use in your main timeline. We've also got the B-roll Selects timeline here, and all we need to do is when we want to go and start creating our main timeline that we're going to export, we can copy these clips from the top timeline section down on to the main timeline. And maybe we add some cuts, and to cover up this jump cut, we can come over to our B-roll selects timeline and drag a bit of B-roll onto our timeline. There's a few different ways you can get the footage from one of those top timelines down onto your main timeline. We just saw how we can simply drag and drop them down onto the other timeline. Let's come back to the talking heads, select a clip, copy it, or use the keyboard shortcuts, click down here and then paste it in. If you want a section of footage from one of the top timelines, just find out where you want that to start, hit I on the keyboard to set an in point, and then hit O on the keyboard to set an out point. Hit Control C on the keyboard, come down to your main timeline and hit Control V. And you can see the start of this clip that we added to the main timeline is the same as the in and out sections we marked in the top. To clear this in and out section, use Alt X on the keyboard or the equivalent Mac shortcut, but that's that's not all. You can take this approach even further to really supercharge your workflow if you find yourself reusing certain things over and over again in every edit or every timeline that you work on. I'm going to open a new tab by clicking plus, and this time I'm going to choose Common Visual. This Common Visual timeline contains visual elements that you use over and over again. So this could be titles like these lower thirds, they could be PNGs just like these PNG arrow images, or this PNG for my 52 Laws of Video ebook, which you can find a link to in the description, or they could even be adjustment layers. And what I've done is I've selected these different styles of clips. These are PNG images, and I've right clicked and I've given them clip colors. So when I open up this Common Visual timeline, I know that these colors are titles, these colors are PNG images, and anything in orange is an adjustment layer. Let's go back to our main timeline. Let's go and add a please subscribe element. If I play this back, and this Common Visual timeline you can reuse in multiple projects. If we wanted to add an arrow, I can just drag one of these arrows down, enable the transform overlays, and move this around. And I'll quickly show you that you can do this with adjustment layers. I'm going to drag this zoom adjustment layer down and watch what happens. We get that zoom effect. But that's not all. You can also apply this to sound effects and music. Let me go and open a new tab at the top, and I'm going to select Common Sound Effects. Now I can add any sound effects that I often use, like swooshes, whooshes, swishes or swashes, by simply dragging them down to my main timeline. Make sure you check out my DaVinci Resolve Fairlight course using the first link in the description, or my 52 Laws of Video ebook, and check this out next. I think it's going to really benefit you if you want to really learn DaVinci Resolve. I'm Jason Roberts. Please subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.